Rayon Riddles, Rise of the Goblin King is a puzzle adventure game developed by Lost the Game Studios. This game is peculiar, to say the least, because it reminds me a lot, quite a lot, of early 2000 adventure games, usually sequels to famous franchises. You have Gabriel Knight 3, you have Monkey Island 4, you have Broken Sword 3, all video game sequels that turned from a point-and-click adventure game to a third-person adventure game. And this game is pretty similar to them, in both the good ways and, unfortunately, in the bad ways. And graphically the game doesn't look all that great. There are multiple options and for some reason it is locked at 30 FPS even though it could get higher. And the environments are kind of bland and generic, and the character models and the animations are pretty darn weird and old looking with no real transitions between moving and stopping. It just doesn't look all that great. The story is kind of a Monkey Island like adventure game where you have to free the kingdom of goblins, bring the king back to rise and try to solve puzzles and whatnot, and it's just not all that good, because just like with many other adventure games, this game has a shit ton of items that you can pick up, and you can only carry one item at a time. So pretty much all the time for the majority of the game you're just running around a small area trying to find the right object that you have to use to progress further. And there are a couple of hints that you can use. There are also scrolls that will tell you how to combine certain items, but it's just not all that fun. And having a shit ton of items, because I'm not joking, there are literally sections where you only need one item and there are 10 different types of items scattered throughout the map. So which one is the right one that you have to use? You don't know even where it is. And since there are that many items and they aren't highlighted all that well, probably you just pass it and you don't even notice it. And then you start going around and after 5 minutes you finally find it, you open a door, you go onward and there is a new puzzle which requires you to just use certain objects, yada yada yada. It's not really challenging in the sense of actually giving you a challenge, it's more of the usual unintuitive puzzle game it's not satisfying at all. And the story is generic as hell, which is weird because it's set in the kingdom of goblins. It should be funny, it's not really. It feels like a knockoff of Monkey Island games. Also the sound isn't all that great. There isn't even replayability, only for achievements if you want, and you can die in the game but you instantly resurrect and you don't lose any progress. So overall, Rayon Riddles is just not that good of an adventure game. There are many more adventure games that you should pick up. This one is kind of boring, frustrating and not enjoyable, which is the worst sin that a game can have. But still guys, have you played Rayon Riddles? Do you want to play it? And tell me, do you like 2D point-and-click games or do you prefer 3D adventure games? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks guys for watching, and to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.